Hey, how's it going tonight? Tonight we're gonna drop the lower unit on a 1966 Evinrude 18 horse and get at the impeller. Let's go. First thing we're gonna do is remove the shift linkage window, cover, door, whatever you like. The parts are a little parts tray. Keep everything within sight anyway. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get back around the other side of the camera. Yeah, I'll take it right up in there for you. Inside there are two fasteners, but you only want to loosen up the bottom one and hang on to that fastener. You don't want to drop it down in there. Let me see if I got a flashlight handy. I got all kinds of light in here, just never enough. Yeah, so we're going to be taking out that bottom one. Alright. Like I say, this is a 66, but they're all very similar, even in the 50s. And as mentioned, don't drop this baby down in here. I'm going to turn it back in just a little bit and grab a pair of needle nose. Ooh, don't want to. It's got really fine threads. It's meant to stave off, some vibration. Now, there is a small washer on the back side of it too. Tooth washer. So we're removing those two items. And you, like I say, don't drop them down in there. And then I'm going to shift it into forward. I'll bring the camera in maybe. Let's see. Okay. Now I had it in neutral to take it out, but I put it shifted into forward to get it started. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, let's take this 9/16. I got some of the stuff loose already. I have my 9/16. I had everything out ready. There we go. I bought this motor in September, and I've been doing other things to it. I just put a top crank seal in it tonight. Brand new one. I've rebuilt the carburetor and done some cleaning on the lower pan. 57 years old. It was a little bit dirty. I got some other things to do here too. These clamshells must have got broke once upon a time, and they're all welded up, and they just don't. These aren't the right fasteners. Just I'm gonna work on switching that around too. But tonight we're working on the impeller. So there's 4 7/16 bolts here. And there's a tooth washer. I'm gonna set that the 9/16 back in a couple threads. It shouldn't fall off, but we don't want to find out. Just to hold it still till I'm ready for it to come out. Tooth washers are all accounted for. I've had some stubborn ones that were seized up and broken off and missing. All kinds of different things. I'm going to leave that last one in for a minute because I want to take the prop off so it fits my gear case better and I can spin my gear case fixture. You pull the cotter key out, you straighten it and pull it out. Spin the prop nut off. This looks like a brand new prop. The guy I bought it from said he bought it at a yard sale or somewhere for $10. Ooh, prop nut's broken a little bit. That'll be alright for now, but gotta find another. I got all kinds of parts motors laying around. I've got over 100 outboards here. Don't see any fishing line. Kind of looks like the original. Oh, yeah. Pretty sure that's the original seal. I'll put this over here on the workbench. Got the ignition stator plate laying there. I was working on it earlier. Yeah, figures. I'm going to have to drive that shear pin out. I'll set these back down. punch and hammer. It's got a bend in it. Somebody must have hit something. If it don't come out, I'm going to have to cut it off. They get bent when people hit objects with them. Let's see if I can still shift it. I'm going to turn it to one of those notches so it'll come through. There we go. I'll put this in a vise and clamp it back straight for now. The marina's closed. It's almost midnight. All kinds of, you can smell the hypoid all over the, it's all over the prop shaft, so this seal is definitely getting changed. Shot. I've got a supply of them. Anyway. Yeah, it's dwindling. About a whole bag full of them. That's for the prop shaft. Yeah, it sure looks like the, well, I don't know, it looks original to me. Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Now let's take the rest of the fasteners out the rest of the way. Also the tilt pin is missing from the motor, so I got a wedge in there right now holding it. 7/16. There we go. The last one I changed was on a 1962 McCulloch Fleet Scott 14 horse. And when I dropped the lower unit, there were cocoons in there, like the pupa or whatever you call it, all up inside the leg. The Impeller wasn't really bad. It was just all the living things in there that didn't belong. Okay. This is the last fastener holding it, so you're going to want to make sure you got a handle on it. pull and wiggle. Oh, what's that? Something living in this one too. I'm gonna let that back down now that I don't need it. I gotta clean that out. I don't know what that was. Seaweed or something. What? The animal bug or whatever. Got a spring missing too or something. Tilting up awful high. I wipe some of the oil off my hands. Then we'll take you on in there and show you around. Water tube stayed put. That's good. I'm not sure what that stuff was. Oh, it's a leaf. Part of a... I don't know what it is. No, it's not a leaf. I don't know what it is. Some sort of a caterpillar-y looking thing. But that's what that all looks like up in there. Doesn't look too bad. I've seen a lot more carbon buildup than this one. Guess I should have been watching the camera a little bit. Alright. So now, we'll take the lower unit over to the fixture that I made. You can make one of these too out of a piece of scrap wood. It's 2x10. I'll give you some measurements in the description. I probably will tweak it sometime. It works. It's just not altogether perfect. I think it could have been a little deeper. Now we have to find a spot for the camera again. And I gotta zoom out. Yeah. Typically you don't want any of this kind of thing going on inside. I don't know. Never know what you're going to find inside. You grab a flashlight again. Wipe the grease off my fingers. This is for an impeller change, but you really should do all this other while you're in there. You see that there's a bushing down in there. Let's see if I can get... There's a bushing down there, shift shaft bushing. I'll have some of those too. A friend of mine actually made these for me. He's a retired machinist. With this, and then there's an O-ring that goes inside there. I'll make another video on that sometime. But just to show you what I'm talking about, that's those. Yeah, he made these out of some not used, but scrap brass pieces that he had from somewhere. Well, we'll do a video on that some other time. But if you don't change that, you're going to have other problems. Also, water gets kind of trapped in there. Yeah, Michigan, you got the freeze and thaw. So, I recommend doing that. I'm gonna grab a flat tip screwdriver that I misplaced. Here it is. I'm going to take out the 3 fasteners for the impeller housing.
If the technology goes mainstream, Rockefeller will face his biggest challenge ever. Following the success of his home lighting display, Morgan believes that electricity...
3 fasteners out. Put them in the parts tray. Let's see what we got. Let's set this down.
But investing in Edison goes against everything J.P. Morgan's father has ever taught him.
Yeah, it wasn't destroyed, but
Without putting it on the line, and otherwise everything would happen. There was no loss, there was no chance of tremendous failure or tremendous setback.
it's the housing. Now, depending on if you bought the kit or just the impeller, if you bought the kit, you should have a brand new grommet. The water tube grommet here, this black rubber part. If you just bought the impeller, then you'll have to go that way with it. I like to clean all the parts up real good. I'm just wiping them off right now. They're really oily, which tells me I got seals leaking all over the place somewhere. They're all getting replaced. Prop shaft, drive shaft, shift shaft bushing, shift shaft O-ring, and drive shaft O-ring. Alright, now, like I say, if you're only buying the impeller, this is one that I took off of a smaller motor. It wasn't that bad, but I'd rather change a impeller than change a power head.
How much competition do you have?
Now, underneath this, well, when I lift it up anyway, there's going to be a pin in there. You want to keep your eye on that, because if you just buy the impeller, you're not going to get the pin. I'll set that down again. It's incredible how short that pin is, but they're all that way. It's like, wow, that barely doesn't even seem like it's out far enough to get her done. It's weird, it's scored there. Now, this is how you tell if an impeller's getting it down to its last minute. If these don't spring back straight, you better best be throwing it out and putting a new one in. I believe it's eccentric, which means it's not centered. So if these aren't relaxing when it comes to the wider part of the pump housing, it's not going to throw as much water. That's why it's important that they're straight when you take it out. Not just about cracks and broken pieces. This says something on it. I'm trying to make out what it says, but I can't really tell. Yeah. But this impeller isn't any good. I mean, it probably was still pumping, but because it's not relaxing back like that, when you get a brand new one, they're all going to be straight. Like so. We'll throw this over here with the collection of a lot. I got a lot of them laying around. I just keep. I'm gonna make a man cave decoration with them or something. But if you look here, it's quite oily, so greasy, grimy. Oh, by the way, there's that little pin I was telling you about. Got my needle nose. It's right there. It probably doesn't stick out of there but a 1/16 of an inch. Kind of hard to get even to grab it with the needle nose. There it comes. And don't lose it, because if you just get the impeller, again, I don't want to be repetitious, but besides that, if you drop it down somewhere it don't belong, it causes other problems. Put this in the parts tray. Magnetize my fastener. Alright, so there's that. This is your wear plate. Take this off. Clean it up real good. If it looks like it's not worn out, a worn out wear plate, then it's okay to put it back in. I highly doubt this is the original. Let's clean it up pretty good. It's shiny where the impeller's been rotating, but it's not. There's no ridges and grooves in it. Ridges and grooves equals less volume of water. This one's good. I'm going to keep it. It's not bad. When you put it back in, you just put it in with the shiny polished side up, because that's from the impeller, so you know that's where it's got to be. I'm going to label this because I've got 4 or 5 of them laying around, just to make things easier until I get my seal kit. Isn't here yet. I'll put that over there for a minute. Look at that awesome chair my wife found in the side of the road for trash pickup. It's a Johnson outboard chair. Nothing wrong with it. People were selling their house and moving, and they were just getting rid of a bunch of things they didn't want anymore. Johnson director's chair. Their last name was actually Johnson. It's pretty cool. I would have kept it, but my name isn't Johnson. Now here's your drive shaft seal. There's some numbers on it. I don't know necessarily that they're the right meaning for ordering it, but I can look that up. This says 307. Can't make it out. 307 something. Either way, I'm going to order a seal kit, and it'll come with a spaghetti seal and other stuff. There's some extra spaghetti seal in there I have for when I gotta get into the gearbox for some reason. I don't need the whole seal kit. Get that from what's it called? Zatkoff Seals and Packing. You can, if you take the time and figure out how to cross-reference everything. Zatkoff seals and packing. They're all over the country. I don't know how many there are, but it's a good idea to, once you get it figured out, make yourself a nice chart if you do this a lot. Money saving. So that's as far as this video wants to go tonight, because we're going to replace the drive shaft seal, the shift shaft bushing and O-ring shift shaft, say that fast 30 times, and then the prop shaft seal. But that'll get you this far, and there's another video already back a ways on my channel on how to install the propeller, impeller. Alright, thanks for watching.